Hi, good afternoon, everybody. Thank you for tuning in to my segment on job searching. So today I want to talk about, there's an interesting thing I read today on LinkedIn, and tons of people do this when, they apply for a job and the company sends you that generic response of, thank you for your application, but, we're moving on with other candidates. So, and the rejection letter. So today I saw a post by someone saying they got rejected by a company, and they're basically saying to the company in their post that it's your loss because you lost out on a great candidate. No. It's not their loss that they lost out on the candidate. It's your loss that you failed to show them that you are the candidate for the job. So let's not live in what's the right word here? Like, don't kid yourself. Don't tell these stories to yourself to make yourself feel better. This is what's wrong in your job search. This is what's wrong with the society today. When someone doesn't get a job, they start making it seem like a company lost something. The employer, I'm going to be really honest with you, the employer's not losing out. You lost out. If you really want to work for a company and you apply for the job and you didn't get it, whose loss is it? It's yours. If you apply to a job and you fail to communicate that you are the candidate for the role, whose fault is it? Yours. It is your fault. Okay? So that's the topic we're going to talk about today. It's you are failing to show the company that you are the candidate and how you can do that. So I'm going to walk you some strategies and tips and advice on how you can do this so you are more successful in landing job interviews. But before I get into the segment, let's see who's here, right? So introduce yourself. Tell me where you're tuning in from. Introduce yourself in the comment. Tell me where you're tuning in from. If you're struggling in your job search, tell me that as well. Where you are with your job search? Where would you like to get to? And what are some of the things that you are struggling with? Sorry if you hear the airplane noise. My window is open. So introduce yourself. Don't be shy. There's tons of people tuned in. Last thing you want to do is show up on a segment, be watching a live segment, and then stay mute. I have tons of follower base. I have tons of connections. Today on my Zoom call, actually, I made few people were on my Zoom call, and one person just met a hiring manager who is hiring, and now she's able to send a resume to the hiring manager because she says she introduced herself. Data analysis, like, wait, I'm looking to hire data analysis. If she didn't share that tidbit, that information, she would not met a hiring manager today on my Zoom call, and she wouldn't be able to send her resume. So what happens is that when you don't speak, even on this live, if you're not going to engage in the comments and you're not going to introduce yourself, what you're looking for, what job opportunities you're looking for, how are you going to discover it? I know tons of people. Also, it's not even about me knowing tons of people. There's how many people join on this segment that's watching, listening, and they might be hiring for your set scale. But if you stay mute, they're not going to know, right? They're not going to know. So don't stay mute. I have said this multiple times. Only person losing out is you. When you are not talking, when you're not engaging, the only person that's losing out is you, because someone can find you if you're not talking, right? Make sense? So introduce yourself. Greetings from Vancouver. Amol, nice to meet you. Tadav from London. Amar from US. I have multiple job offers and I'm struggling in deciding to choose. Oh, well, I'm pretty sure, Amar, a lot of people would love to be in your shoes. From Toronto, new immigrant, just complete the short project in Toronto in a bank, looking for BI data analysis. Afternoon. Hello, I'm Samir. Hello, Gurpreet from Spokane. I don't know what that is, but Henry. Buki from Ontario. Nice to meet you guys. Okay, so also introduce yourself as to if you're looking for a job opportunity, what's your expertise and what you specialize in, okay? I'm looking for supervisor position. I'm Samir from Brampton, plenty of warehouse experience. Oh, sorry. Tadav, not Tadav. Sorry. Tadav. I'm so sorry for pronouncing your name incorrectly. So sorry about that. Okay. So let me know where you guys are with your job search. And in the meantime, I'm going to continue this segment. I'm going to share some advice and tips on what you should be doing, the question you should be asking yourself before you write a resume, before you write your LinkedIn profiles. Okay. And in the meantime, drop your questions in the comment section because I will do Q&A right after my segment. Okay, so let's get started. Now, the topic is when you're applying to jobs and you get that rejection letter or the email, don't sit there and say, oh, well, you're lost. No, that's not helping you in any way. It's not the company's loss, okay? So I said this to someone today, so I need to pull out exactly what I was asking. This person is what I'm going to tell you guys to do as well. So let me just go on to my activity. Okay, so the employer is not the one that's losing out. No, this is not it. Give me 1 second. Okay, so the individual wrote, I know I have so many times. Okay, so basically it's the company rejected this person and the post is to all job seekers, pretty sure that all you wanted to write back to the employer. So she's writing it in the post and saying, you missed out on hiring an amazing human being. I'm fun, I'm creative, I work freaking hard and have years of customer service experience. I would have made your team even better than I imagine it might be. That's all. Happy Friday, fellow job seekers. Let's change the process together. Let's make it more human. First of all, the process is not broken. Let me clear that out. This is the whole misconception in job seekers' mind that when you are struggling in your job search, you're automatically assuming the recruitment process is broken and let's make it human. I am tired of hearing this. Let's make recruitment process human, especially when it's coming from people who don't work in HR. HR saying it is one thing because we're in it, but other people saying it, especially when it comes to recruitment, I'm sorry. How do you know it's broken? First of all, it's not broken. What's broken is your job search method. I'm just going to keep it real. You don't have to like what I have to say, but I'm not here to sugarcoat. I'm here to help as many people as possible in their job search today. But I'm going to also shed some light on the truth. The job search process isn't broken, guys. I'm sorry. The recruitment process isn't broken. The human element is there. 80%, research shows 80% of positions that are available never get posted. Never get posted. Only about 20% of all available jobs actually make it to job postings, meaning job boards, right? But you guys are all chasing the job boards. I was talking to another HR person. She said she gets like 2 to 3 to 5,000 resumes for one job posting, but only 10 people are gonna get the interview. So do the math, guys. Like when you're applying to jobs online, first thing is you have to sit there and when you're applying to jobs online, okay, you have to first sit there and be like, wait, if I can see this job, so can thousands and millions of people can see this job. I'm going to apply to this job, but so are thousands and thousands of people are going to apply to this job. So how am I going to be that person that gets the interview? How do I now come onto the other side of the table so that I land that interview? That's how you need to think first. Okay? Because yes, when there's tons of resumes coming in for one job, it's impossible for any company to interview every single person that's applying to that job. It's not possible. So the onus is on you to show the company that you are the candidate for the role, that it's no-brainer that they need to pick up the phone and call you. That is your onus. It's on you. Don't kid yourself and tell yourself these lies that, oh, it's company's problem, the recruitment process is broken. So the blaming game, you're not the victim. Don't blame. Don't play the blame game. The thing is, the only person hurting when you're doing that whole blaming game is you. You're still going to be in the same situation. Companies are not changing their processes. Let me make that perfectly clear. Company is not changing the recruitment process when 80% of the roles they're filling is by who they know, by the hidden job market, who knows who, right? 80% of jobs never get posted. People get hired all the time without ever applying to a job. So if you are struggling in your job search, so what I said to this person is, listen, the thing is that they may have missed out on a great candidate, but you failed to show them that when you applied for the role that you were the candidate. You said you would have made their team better. How would you make the team better? How would the company benefit from hiring you? What would the company's ROI will be? Okay, so here's what you need to sit there and think too. How would any employer out there benefit from you? Number one. Okay, so I hope you're taking notes. Write these questions down. You got to start doing some soul searching, guys. Dig deep here. Stop staying on the fluff. I'm a great candidate. Okay, but how are you the great candidate? Tell them the how. Don't just say things with no evidence, no track record, no proof, no nothing, just blah, 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 blah. That's what people do on resumes, blah, 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 blah. Not selling themselves. You got to learn how to sell yourself on a resume. You got to learn how to sell yourself on LinkedIn as well, right? So research shows, right, like 80% of jobs don't get posted, only 20% jobs get posted, right? 90% of recruiters out there use LinkedIn to find candidates and message them for job opportunities. So is your LinkedIn doing that for you? So easy to blame other people than to look at, well, what is it that you're doing wrong? So if you are struggling in your job search, you need to take a step back and ask yourself, well, what am I doing wrong? What am I doing wrong, and how can I fix my problem? It's so easy to blame other people, but you're still going to be in the same situation you're in right now. So how's that benefiting you? Is it benefiting you any way by blaming the company and saying, well, you need to change the process? No, you need to change your job search process. Your process of your job search is broken. That's the reality that you need to get in touch with. The reality is that your job search process is broken. Your job search method is broken, hence not getting the results. Okay? So questions to ask before you begin your job search is, well, whose problems do you solve? What problems do you solve? What makes you so good at what you do? What makes you so good at what you do? How does a company benefit from you? What is the company's ROI, return on the investment? How do you make company money? How do you save company money? Either you make money or you save company money, but how? And how much have you saved company money? First, get very clear on what you do and how you do it and how then the company benefits. Okay, so now I'm going to ask you questions, type your answers back so that I can troubleshoot your answers right now, right? So anybody has a answer to how a company will benefit from hiring you? So what would the company's ROI be when they hire you? So that's one question. Second, why should they hire you? For thousands of candidates out there that bring the same experience, skills as you, why should you be the one that gets interviewed, and why should they hire you from everybody else out there? The people you're competing with, right? There's competition. You are in competition with other job seekers for the same role. So how would you beat the competition? Why should the company hire you over your competition? Why and how, right? So anyone has answers to these questions, drop them in the comment section, okay? So that's what you want to do is first of all, get very clear on what you do, what you deliver, how you make company money, how you save company money, what's the company's ROI is going to be. Then you want to educate yourself on, okay, well, how do I tackle my job search? There's a hidden job market, and then there's job postings, okay? Now, job postings, first of all, it's very easy. You need to read it. How many people that's tuned in right now can honestly tell me that you read the job posting line by line? Before you even think of applying to the job, you read the job posting line by line, word by word. Drop your answer in the comment. I am so curious to know if you do that. Be honest. Now, sit there and think. Do you read line by line what's written in the job posting? Be honest, guys. It's either yes, you read it, or you don't. It's very simple. How many people read every word that's written on the job posting before you even apply to the job? Nobody wants to answer this question. Everybody's mute. Well, I can't troubleshoot your job search if you are not going to tell me if you read the job posting line by line, if you don't. The fact that no one's answering it, I'm going to go with that. None of you guys are reading the job postings line by line. That's how you're feeling when you're applying to jobs online. When you're applying to jobs online and you don't read the job posting line by line, guess what? All the clues are in the job posting of what they're looking for, what you'll be doing, what problems the company has, how you're supposed to solve the problems. Every single clue is in the job posting. You know how long it takes us to write a job posting? I'm an HR professional for 15 plus years who has been doing recruitment for 15 plus years. I have developed job descriptions from scratch. I have built recruitment processes from scratch, and I can tell you, how much time and effort goes into writing a job description? Before I even write a job description, you know how much legwork I have to do to ensure that before I write the job description, I have all the information to making sure that candidate profile, I understand what the candidate profile should be. You know how much legwork goes into recruitment before the job description is even generated, let alone posted? You know how much time and effort goes into this? But then if you don't read it, how are you benefiting? How are you going to know how to write a resume if you don't read the job posting line by line? How? And then you sit there and say the old company lost out on the great candidate? No, because company's going to get the great candidate. No doubt about that, because there's so many people applying for the same job as you. So how did the company lose out? The only person lose out is you. You're losing out because you're not reading the job posting. If you're going to apply to jobs online, you have to read the job posting line by line. Tons of information, tons of clues even on the problems and pain points the company possibly is having. But if you are not reading it, you don't even know how to write your resume then. So read the job postings before you apply to the job. Now, read the job posting. Then you should know, well, can I do this job? Yes, no. Do you hit all the requirements? Yes, no. If the answers are yes, and if it's also the role you want to do, now you can go and write a resume that talks only to that one job. And then you apply. The content of your resume determines if you get that call. Okay? Now, so that's how you do the online version, which is just 20%, by the way. Okay, 20%, small piece of the pie. 80% where tons of jobs available and you're not tapping into is the hidden job market. Now, hidden job market, call it 70%, 80%. Regardless of the amount of jobs, there's tons of jobs in the hidden job market, and there's tons of ways to access it. One is LinkedIn, the platform that you guys are all on, myself included. It's all here, right? 90% of recruiters are using LinkedIn. 75 to 80% of all decision makers in each company is on LinkedIn. Now more than ever, it's so easy to tap into the hidden job market because we have so many tools available to us to access the hidden job market. One of the best tools actually to use and master to tap into the hidden job market is LinkedIn. You want to convert your LinkedIn profiles to be job lead magnet. Now, how do you do that, right? How do you know? Here, I want to show you a quick way to really analyze your LinkedIn profiles. Is open your LinkedIn profile. I'm going to pull up mine as a demonstration to show you step by step what I'm talking about. You want to go to your LinkedIn profile, and what you want to do is, let me make the screen bigger. You want to go to your dashboard. Oops. Okay, your dashboard. You want to go to your dashboard, and you want to look at the first number that you should be looking at is search appearances. Look at your number. So I want everyone. So what you want to do is open a tab. So open a tab in your browser so that you don't lose the live segment with me. So open a next window on another browser, a tab in your browser, and then go back into your LinkedIn. And what I want you to do is go to your profile and go look at your dashboard. Your dashboard is private to you. So I have my dashboard right here open for you guys to see. I want you to look at your dashboard, and I want you to, if you're open to sharing this information, you can type it into the comment section. Tell me what number is your search appearances. What is that number? How many search appearances are you showing up in? Okay, so if anybody wants to write that number down, type it below in the comment section so that I know what your number looks like. Okay, so you want to look at your dashboard, and you want to look at the number search appearances, what that number looks like, and then you want to look at who viewed your profile. Okay, so Michael's saying 16. You want to look at these numbers. Okay, guys, data is so important. Doing analysis is so important. You can't keep doing the same thing and expect a different outcome. If you are not getting the desired result in your job search, then you got to take a step back and ask yourself, well, obviously what I'm doing is not working. I need to figure out a new way to do it. Okay, so don't keep doing the same thing and expecting a different result. It doesn't work like that. You have to change something to get a different outcome than what your current outcome looks like, right? To get a different desired outcome, you have to do something different than what you're doing right now. So keep that in mind. Search appearances. What does that number look like? That would tell you how many times you've showed up in searches. When someone's searching for your expertise, are you showing up in the searches, right? Second number to look at is how many people have viewed your profile. You may show up in the searches, but that doesn't mean someone's viewed your profile, right? So look at who's viewed your profile. Okay, so first step is look at your search appearance number. Second step is look at who's viewed your profile. Third analysis is, well, who's messaged you for a job opportunity? These are 3 steps you need to follow on LinkedIn. You look at your search appearance number, you look at who's viewed your profile, and the ultimate test is, well, who's messaged me for a job opportunity? If you are showing up in search appearances and if people are viewing your LinkedIn profile, but then the next step is for them to message you. If you're not getting messages like every day for job opportunities, then something's wrong with your LinkedIn profile. I received 7 in the last week, 28% hidden job market, 28% hidden recruiters. I don't know what that means. So analysis and data doesn't lie, numbers don't lie. You got to look at your LinkedIn, right? So your LinkedIn, let me touch, I'm so passionate about LinkedIn. I can speak forever on LinkedIn. It's done wonders for me over the years, and it's what I teach to other people. Your LinkedIn profile never sleeps. Your resume only gets seen if you, 1, send it, and 2nd, if it passes the ATS, and 3rd, if someone actually gets to see it, right? Whereas your LinkedIn is online 24/7 every single day. And you want to tap onto that power, right? Like if it never sleeps, it's on and accessible without you sending it to someone. Why wouldn't you want to tap into that, right? Your LinkedIn profile should be set up so that it converts. I call it, your LinkedIn profile should be set up as a lead magnet, generating job leads for you. So if you're looking for a job, it should generate job leads for you. If you're looking for customers, it should be generating customers for you. If you're looking for sales, it should be generating sales for you. Like whatever the target is, that's what it should be doing for you, and that it should be set up that way. Hence why I'm showing you the dashboard. Like I get tons of opportunities from LinkedIn. I get all my clients and customers from LinkedIn. My DMs are always filled. I get everything come to me by my LinkedIn. That's how I've set up my LinkedIn profile. That's why I'm active on LinkedIn. So your LinkedIn profile has to be set up so that it's, 1, turned into a lead magnet. You're getting all the leads. It needs to be search engine optimized, SEO, which means you have to have all keywords. Your headline has to have keywords of things that people will search by, right? People are not going to search for looking for opportunities. People are not going to search by, I'm a great salesperson. That's not the wordings they're going to use. You guys sit there and think, well, if someone's looking for my type of set skills, what are the keywords that they will use on LinkedIn to search the search engine, right? They're going to use keywords based on expertise. If I'm looking for digital marketing, I'm going to look for digital marketer. If I'm looking for someone with digital marketing, social media skills, Google Analytics skills, and I'm going to type all those keywords into the search and click search, and all the profiles that have those wordings on the headlines will pop up first. You want to appear on the first to second page of the search on LinkedIn's pages, the search page, right? And that's what generates your views. Like I have 6,000. One time this even hit 10,000 plus views. Like that's how many times I appeared in searches. My number is always high for how many people have viewed my profile. 21,000 plus people have viewed my profile. I'm clearly doing something right because all this is also converting into my DMs, meaning people are reaching out to me on the DM. That's a true test if your LinkedIn's working for you, is this dashboard will tell you. And the last final test is that, are you getting DMs from people? Or somebody messaging you for job opportunity? Is someone messaging and say, hey, I need your set skills? Like that's how people will find you. So now look at your LinkedIn profile and tell me, is that happening for you, right? So this is one of the best ways to tap into hidden job market. One of the best way to tap into the hidden job market is your LinkedIn profile, okay? One of the best. Second is, you've heard it, networking, okay? Networking only works if you know how to network. Sadly, a lot of people don't know how to network. Sadly, people only turn to networking when they are out of a job. And then your networking just becomes of, hey, I'm looking for a job. Here's my resume. So it's just me, 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 me. You can network based on me, 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 me. You got to network based on, well, I want to make a friend. I generally want to get to know someone, and I want to be able to add value to that person. That's how you approach networking. So I don't like the word networking because people don't know how to network, but everybody knows how to make friends. Friends, you can make friends anywhere. You can go for a walk and just talk to everybody that crosses your path. Just talk, talk, talk. Say hi to everybody, right? Talk to everyone and everyone and everyone and just become friends with people. That's networking. Join groups on Facebook, meetup.com, there's LinkedIn groups, get active, start talking. Even on here, no one's talking right now. No one's writing comments on this, on my LinkedIn Live. Now you're losing out. So networking isn't like, see, the problem is people think networking is only going to networking events. No, networking can be done anywhere and anywhere in today's day and age. You can be networking by writing comments on other people's posts. You can be networking by engaging when you come on a LinkedIn Live. Like, so many people have LinkedIn Lives now. You can be hopping onto people's LinkedIn Live and start conversations in the comment section, but no one's doing that. So everybody's muted right now in the comments, but you're losing out, my friends, by staying mute. You snooze, you lose, right? So start talking in the comment section. Every time I've hopped on someone's LinkedIn Live, I've introduced myself. I engaged in what's being like the segment, what the conversation's happening. I engage. You know how many every time I do that, I have people that send me connection requests and DMs. And you guys are all muted right now and not engaging in the content, and only person losing out is you, not me, right? I'm not losing. You are. And you're failing and you're losing because you're losing out meeting so many great people, okay? So that's how you're losing out in your job searches. Employers never lose out if they didn't call you. They're not losing out. So never think that they're lost. Their loss would be if you went for interviews and the company turned out not to be a right fit for you. That'd be a different story. But if they didn't even call you for an interview, how are they losing out? They're not losing out. So never think any company's losing out because they didn't call you for an interview. Only person losing out is you. Okay? Okay, so that is my segment today. I hope this helps. If you have questions, I'm open to Q&A. If you want me to troubleshoot your problem, if you want to speak to me directly, like on this live, you can. I'm going to drop the link. Hop on. I love talking to people. I love meeting new people. So you can hop on this live and speak to me directly by clicking on this link. Okay, so I've dropped the link. Feel free to hop on and speak to me directly. Okay? Don't be shy, guys. If you want to speak with me, hop on. Okay, so if you have questions, please type them below in the comment section. I'm gonna now do the Q&A. I'm gonna go through all the questions that are coming through and I will answer them line by line. If you want to speak with me, again, feel free to hop on. I'm happy to speak to anybody and troubleshoot your problem live on a call with me. So again, feel free to, I've dropped the StreamYard link for you to hop and talk to me. You don't have to turn your camera on if you don't want to, but you can still talk to me on a call right now, live. Okay, so let's go through these questions. Okay, Amir, I have multiple job offers and I'm struggling to decide deciding to choose. Okay, so this is a great spot to be in. I call it this most sweet spot every job seeker wants to be in is when you have multiple job offers. That's the sweetest spot. Now, what you want to do is, if you can't decide, first of all, when you get a job offer, counter offer. Always do a counter offer. Counter offer. You want to negotiate your salaries, your vacation, bonuses, everything is negotiable. Make sure you negotiate every little thing when you get a job offer, okay? So, and you do a counter job offer and you present that. There's a way, I have a winning formula to that I teach in my bootcamp program. And that's how my clients are landing high paying jobs. Like they're earning 200%, up to 200% more in salaries before they met me, before they joined my bootcamp program. So benefits of having someone knows what to do and an expert at their field, you get fast results and you get amazing results, okay? So I've been getting people into jobs in 30 days and 60 days and land them multiple job offers and get them more in salary. So when you have to make sure that you counter offer, okay? And when you counter offer, you want a counter offer. Then when you get those counter offers back, analyze each role. Analyze the offers, analyze each role, analyze each role in the point of for which one is more aligned to what you want and which company would you benefit the most from, right? So that's how you want to tackle that problem. Okay, someone's hopped on to speak with me. And hi, I'm sorry, I don't know how to pronounce your name.
It's Kaustubh.
Sorry?
Kaustubh.
Kaustubh?
Yeah, you can call me KJ. That's okay.
Okay. Okay, so, welcome to the live call. How can I help you today?
I was just on your show prior to that. It was really good. I work as a recruiter. So I really laughed at the one of your comments which you mentioned that people do not read the job description, just apply to the job.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I remember a couple of times when I received a job for.
The people do though. You're a recruiter. How many times have people applied to a job and probably missed the most important piece in the job posting?
Daily, a lot of times, all the job postings.
Yes. Yes.
So that's the thing, I cannot understand what's happening with the everyone. Its market is booming, but no one is.
Here's what's happening. People think it's let me apply to as many jobs I can every day.
Yeah, correct.
Okay? And then let me send out, so it becomes a numbers game. So people think when job seekers go into this mode that it's all about how many jobs can I apply to. So the more jobs I apply to, my chances are higher in landing an interview. So they're going with that. I've spoken to many people and that's their mindset. And I was like, that's the wrong mindset because you're not getting anywhere. Like the other day I was speaking to somebody. This individual applied in 1 month. He's already applied to 200 jobs, but only got 5 interviews and still doing the same thing. But I'm like, it's first of all, how did you apply to 200 jobs in 1 month? That's a lot of jobs. Did you read the job posting line by line? No. I go, that's why you only landed 5. It's not how many jobs you can apply. It's quality. It's quality over quantity. And when you start focusing on quality, you will start getting results because every job out there isn't for you.
And the other thing is everyone having the same liner. It's hard to differentiate between the candidates. Everyone's mentioning the same thing in the resume. Everyone has the same degree. Everyone has the same skill set, and there's nothing changing. So when ultimately we have to just throw the resume out. If we see something nice or added value in the profile, like you have been mentioning, that's the only time I give a call to the candidate. Other times, I see the candidates, what they do is they applied on a job, they approach me on LinkedIn, they drop me a message that I had applied. What exactly are you looking for? What are the challenges in your current position that you're looking to address? And they mentioned that during the call. That's how, most of the time I hire developers or recruiters, IT professionals.
I love the fact that you brought up that all the resumes look the same, they read the same way, people using the same language. It's so true. When anytime I've done a resume review session, that's the first thing I tell people. I go, look, you'll see how everyone's resume reads the same way, even though you're in different fields. You'll see the same wording being used: result-oriented, enthusiastic, I'm a problem solver. Like, all the words are so generic, and you're listing the same skills and experiences, but then how are you then standing out of the crowd? When you're too busy trying to blend in instead of standing out, the key is to stand out so you get noticed. And you can't get noticed if you're just blending in with all 5,000 people in your field.
True. Correct.
Anything else you want to add as a recruiter that can help this segment?
One thing, when you're applying to a role, you always ask the question, even after, once the interview has been completed, or send a thank you note so that you are getting remained, or recruiter or interviewer remembers you that, okay, I have talked with this particular person, because sometimes we interview a lot of candidates and we may find a good candidate, but we might miss out because we are working on so many roles. If there are certain candidates which take the time out saying appreciation note, or thank you for the call, do let me know if you need anything else from our end that can help you out to figure the candidate, that would be another good factor that candidate can use while cracking the interviews.
Okay.
That's all. Yeah,
okay,
that's all.
Perfect. Thank you for hopping on and sharing your valuable advice as a recruiter. Thank you so much. So there you go, guys. You just heard it from a recruiter. Guys, by the way, I dropped the link. So if you want to hop on and speak with me, want me to troubleshoot your problem, your job search problem, you're more than welcome to hop on and have a chat with me. So you just heard from the recruiter telling you straight up, like, all the resumes look the same. People are applying to jobs. All the resumes look the same, read the same. It gets harder for even the recruiters to decide, well, which one's a good candidate. The key is content, right? How you write your resume. You can't write generic resumes, and you'd be surprised how many people's resumes look the same. If you don't believe me, I'm going to tell you one thing to do. Go look at other people's LinkedIn profile in your field, and you can see it. It's all reads the same way. Do it. Do that homework. Okay. Next person is Gagandeep. You can unmute. You have to unmute to speak.
Hi.
Hi.
I am Gagandeep, and right now I am searching for a job. I am in Ontario, Toronto.
Okay. So how can I help you today? What's your question?
One thing that I want to ask is that I have seen that you have said that 90% of the jobs are hidden. That the recruiters say
up to 80% of jobs are in the hidden job market. They never get posted. 90% of recruiters use LinkedIn to headhunt and find candidates and reach out directly to the candidates.
Yes. So how do I make my LinkedIn profile better, or do I have to add some keywords so that it can be searchable?
Did you miss? I kind of went over it, some aspects.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I just came in now.
Okay, so I went over some like, you gotta have a search engine optimized, SEO friendly LinkedIn profile. Your headlines, your banners, your profile, like your LinkedIn profile picture. You can have a selfie. It has to be a good headshot of yours. Your banners need to be personalized. Your about section needs to be personalized. Your experience section, everything needs to be set up. The key is in the content. Okay. So I have a course on how to convert your LinkedIn profiles into lead magnet. I highly recommend taking it. It's about a 90-minute masterclass. Everyone that's taken it seen results within 24 hours.
Great. Yeah, I'll see into it. And the other question is that I have heard from many of my friends that you need to have referral. Like, it will.
Okay, let me interject for a second. Who are your friends? What's their qualification? What's their background? What's their credentials?
They recently got a job through a referral.
Doesn't qualify them on giving advice.
Yeah.
So first of all, thank you for bringing this up, because here's where people are failing. They're believing their friends. So what credentials do they have to give you any job search advice? Just because they landed a job? How long did it take them to land a job?
That's why I'm asking you.
First of all, validate the advice you're getting. Here, even validate what I'm saying. I'm not telling you guys to listen 100% what I'm saying. I'm saying validate, right? First of all, I have 15 years of experience in my field, HR. I have recruited 15 years plus. I built recruitment processes for a living. I build interview processes for a living. I interviewed candidates for a living. Right? I'm speaking on my expertise. Now, if you're not an expert, then why are we taking advice from non-expert people? Because they're your friends?
Because they land a job and they told
Okay,
us. That's why I'm
okay.
asking you.
How did they land a job? What did they do?
It's like they get a referral from an employee who was working at the company.
No, all the employee, if they got a reference from an employee, right?
Yeah.
An employee, especially if the employee doesn't know you, the only thing you're gonna get is an interview with the company, and then then your interview skills gotta. Once you gotta land the interview, then you gotta ace the interviews to land the job offer, right?
Yeah.
So they got an interview because someone referred them. Then they obviously their interview skills were great to keep moving up the interview chain ladder and landed that job, right?
Definitely, yes.
But just because something worked for them doesn't mean it's gonna work for you. Now you gotta do apple to apple. If I get a referral, okay, go get a referral. How much time and effort did they put into getting that referral?
Yeah, it takes a lot of time.
Yeah,
because you don't know anyone.
Why should a complete stranger give you a referral? They can, if they refer you, you get hired, they get a bonus, right? But how many connection requests are you sending, and then sending them, oh, can I do an informational chat with you? Or can you refer me? Like, how many messages did they send? Let's talk numbers now. How many messages did this send? How many people actually replied back? What was the time they invested? How long did they take it, right? Like, numbers speak. Maybe it took them 6 months. You want to be waiting for 6 months? Right?
Yeah.
Like, listen, referral, sure, is one avenue. There's tons of things that can speed up your job search, get you in a job in 30 days. That's one, align with what you want. Second, align and get paid your worth. People don't understand. People don't even know how much they're worth. I'm going to pose this question back to everybody listening to this. Do you even know how much you are worth? Dollar value. What's your dollar value? Have you even put a price tag on your brain? Did you put a dollar value on your brain? Because your brain is what you're actually getting hired for. Your brain. What this can do for another individual, in this case companies, is what you're getting hired for. So how much is this worth? Put a dollar value on your brain. How much is that worth? How much is your brain worth? Anyone can land a job. It's the easiest part, but that doesn't mean everyone's making the money they should be making. That doesn't mean everyone is in roles that are perfectly aligned with their dream. That doesn't mean that everyone is happy in the roles or feel fulfilled. Landing a job is easy. It's not hard. What's hard is identifying what is that you really want, identifying what you're truly passionate about, identifying the type of people you will mesh with, the type of manager you would love to work for, identifying the type of employer that's right for you, and then also identifying, well, what am I worth? If I can do this, the company is going to benefit from my brain and they're going to make money from my brain. How much money should I be making then? Don't you want the piece of the pie that they're putting in their pocket because you helped them put that money in their pocket? That's where everyone's missing the mark. And people struggle in job search because they don't have the answers to everything I just said.
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah.
So tons of ways to do job searching. I do not recommend you going and asking for employee referral from strangers. That has no weight and value. And why should a complete stranger refer you?
Yeah, that's why I was kind of weird asking stranger reference that way. I was like, is this a true way to do this? That's why I'm having this doubt.
Someone told me how someone said, "Pay me, and I will refer you." Oh yeah, there are people out there who say, "Sure, but pay me money and I'll refer you." People, this is the most ridiculous thing I heard, and I was like, "Wow, okay," but hey, sure, if people want referrals from complete strangers and someone's willing saying, "Hey, sure, but pay me in exchange," that's business transaction right there, right? Like, you want them to do something for you, so what are you going to do for them? And someone put a dollar value on it and say, "Pay me this much and I'll do it."
It
So
can be a pretty lucrative business.
yeah, yeah, imagine that, right? Imagine that. Even I'm laughing because yeah, that's a pretty, like, that's a genius person right there who's like, "Sure, pay me."
Yeah.
Right? Especially if they're working on a, like, which is not, I would say it's not an ethical thing to do, because if you get hired, the company's also going to give them a bonus, right? For if you got hired, and the durations, like, you have to pass your probation period. But hey, if someone's being reached out to every single day and saying, "Give me a referral," and they're like, "Okay, well, sure, why not?" Right? Like, I'll make money from it. You get the job or not, that's not their problem. You want a referral, they're willing to refer you. So yeah. Someone even said, "Pay me, I don't know how much money," and someone messaged me. I'm like, and it was an it was really unethical thing, because this person was in that, like, a HR type of position. I go, "No, don't pay her any money. I would report her to the company," because that's not her job.
Yeah.
Okay. Any other questions? I have to move on to the people.
One more doubt. Um, I've also heard that when you apply for a company, ask try to converse with the HR or the recruiters, because I have done it. What I've seen is it directly goes to in mail, and I mean they didn't even see it.
First of all, you're gonna message HR recruiter. They're not gonna reply back. Because you're not the only one doing it.
Yeah.
And if someone does, they're just gonna tell you to go back and just apply to the job. That's it. That's it. That's it. First of all, HR recruiters are not decision makers unless they're hiring for their department. I'm a decision maker if I'm hiring for my team. But if I'm not hiring for my team, I'm not the decision maker. This is where people don't understand this concept. I laugh at people who say, "HR, I'm going to email HR." Okay, but why? Are you looking for an HR job? HR has no power. Well, they're not, first of all, they're not going to entertain you, because we get tons of people messaging us. They're not going to entertain you. What they're going to do is they're going to either not reply back or just say, go to our job, our careers site, and apply to whatever job you want, right? That's it. But we're not decision makers. If you want to increase your chances in job searching, best thing to do is start reaching out to decision makers. And that's sales 101. Don't talk to the middle people and waste your time with the middle people. Go straight to decision makers, and your time will be cut in half, more than half.
Right.
At least you're in front of a decision maker who has all the powers, first of all. Why are we wasting time talking to people who are not decision makers? I'm not saying don't have a relationship with recruiters and recruitment agencies. That's a different ball game.
Yeah.
I'm talking about agents and recruiters that work in companies. You're wasting your time with that in one aspect, because first of all, you're not the first one to message them. You're not the last one. We get tons of people messaging. It's hard to entertain every email. It's just hard, right? So hence why ATS is there and all that stuff.
Yeah.
So, okay.
Yeah. Thank you.
You're welcome. Have a good evening. Bye. Hi, Abhishek. You gotta unmute your mic to speak.
Hey Gurpreet, how's it going?
Good. How are you?
Doing very well. Thanks for asking. At the risk of asking a redundant question, I joined your session a little late, had a couple of issues at work to iron out. I wanted to ask you how to best deal with the classic catch-22 situation of we need X number of years of experience for the ideal candidate to land this job, but if you don't get the job, how do you gain the experience?
Well, first of all, if you're going to apply to jobs online, then that is an obstacle you're going to face. If they're looking for X amount of years experience, then that's what they're going to look for. And every candidate that has that experience will be the ones that entertain first. There's no buts and ifs around that. Okay. Second piece is, well, if a company doesn't hire me, well, how am I supposed to get the experience? The company's not there to do you a favor. They're not there to get you the experience you need to build your career. None. It doesn't work like that. Companies, your career is your problem, not a company's problem. You need experience. That's not company's problem. That's a you problem. First, mindset needs to change. Okay, when you can shift your mindset and be like, yeah, well, that's my problem. Companies are in the business to make money. Let's get real. Every day there's tons of people talking LinkedIn. Oh, well, if I don't, like, just like this. Well, if company doesn't hire me, how am I supposed to get the experience? If you're looking for 5 years experience, if you don't hire me, I can't build that 5 years. This list goes on and on, all this complaining. I call it complaining because everybody is complaining, but what people fail to look is inside. You got to not look outside. You got to look inside and ask yourself, well, wait, if I want to build my career successfully, the onus is on me and what steps I take. So what steps are you going to take? Second, well, if the company's posting a job and they want X amount of years experience, I don't have the experience, but I can do that job. I should apply online because they're not going to look at me because there's thousands of candidates that are going to be applying to this job, and there's going to be at least 10 or 15 candidates that hit everything on that job posting. So don't apply. Second, I'm not going to apply, but I got to go the back route now, the back door. The back doors go straight to decision makers. That's how you bypass ATS. That's how you bypass HR. This is how you bypass the whole requirement section on that job posting, is you bypass the system and get in front of a decision maker. But what you say and how you sell yourself to a decision maker is the key if you land that job interview. You can go and approach any job decision maker, but that doesn't mean they're going to entertain you. The key is on the how, the content, how you talk to them, and all that stuff. So your career, now let me ask you something. I'm going to ask a simple 3 or 4 questions, and I just want a yes or no answer. There's no buts, no explanation, just yes or no. Do you read articles or blogs in your industry every single day? It's either yes or no. Every single day?
Yes.
Okay. Do you listen to podcasts related to your industry every single day?
Podcasts, no. On LinkedIn, I try to see the webinars if they are posted.
No. I want yes or no. Yes
Podcasts,
or
no.
No. Do you attend webinars in your industry weekly, few times a week?
Yes.
Okay, so great. Usually people say no. So you read articles in your industry every single day.
Yes.
You hit webinars at least few times a week in your industry.
Yes.
Now the $1 million question here is, what are you doing with this knowledge?
I'm currently pursuing a course in cloud computing. I currently work as a senior business systems analyst.
That's not what I asked.
No, you need to let me get to the point.
No. I'm going to repeat the question again. I'm asking you. You said you listen to articles, you read articles every day, and you attend webinars in your industry every day. The $1 million question I'm asking is, well, what are you doing with that knowledge that you're accumulating every single day? What are you doing with it?
Preparing myself for the interview.
well, that's where you're losing out. That's not
What
going
do
to
you
help
propose?
you. What do I propose? Okay, but why are you reading those articles every single day?
To understand what the ins and outs of the market currently are when it comes to the technology, what are the new adoptions that are coming out. In case if I do land an interview, if the interviewer were to ask me, have I read anything in recent times about
You're not
technology
gonna
A or B?
So this is where you're failing. You're only reading to acquire knowledge, but you're not doing anything with it. You're only reading it because if to prep for interviews. Knowledge is power, but execution is gold mine. You're not executing your knowledge.
So how do you propose I use the knowledge that I'm learning through articles and the knowledge I'm also gaining through attending webinars on LinkedIn and other forums?
If you don't know how to execute, that in itself is the problem. What's the point of reading all these articles if you don't know what to do with them?
No, I thought I knew what I was doing with it, but you suggested that that approach is wrong, which is why I'm asking how would you propose I use it?
The approach is wrong because you're only reading it. Listen to your own answer. You're only reading it to help just to prep for interviews. That's not why you read articles in your industry. That's not why you should be listening to attending webinars in your industry. That's not why you listen to podcasts. It's because you need to ace interviews. You listen to it to master your craft.
And that in turn will help me.
Resourceful person. You don't need to be the smartest person in the room. You need to be the most resourceful person in the room.
Right.
You can acquire any knowledge, but if you don't know how to execute it, and if you're not executing and applying the knowledge, then how do you know if it works? So you're listening to it just so if you go to the interviews, you can tell them, yeah, I read an article on it. How does the company benefit just because you read an article on it?
When you're knowledgeable about a subject and when you start talking to someone, you definitely come across as a subject matter expert based on the lingo you use, versus using regular standard words that could have been learned from any source. That's how it makes a difference.
Why does that matter? How does that make company money?
Would you hire someone who is a subject matter expert, or would you hire someone who claims he knows how to do the job?
Just because you know lingual in the industry doesn't mean you're a subject matter expert.
Well, we're moving away from the main question that was asked at this point. So,
okay. So what's the main question?
As someone who's trying to break into a brand new industry,
I already answered that question. You go the back route.
and
You're gonna go to job postings and you don't have the required experience. Yeah, people are not calling you because someone has that experience that they're looking for. Companies are not there to give you a handout. Companies are not there to give you a job because you need the experience. Companies are hiring because they have a problem and they need someone to come and fix the problem and solve them the problem. Companies are in the business to make money and they want only people that will aid and growth to their business, make them money, make them profits and revenues. Every single person in the company is there to make the company money. Directly or indirectly, that's what we're all there for. Now, the $1 million question, do you know how to make company money? You listen to you read all these articles, you attend all these webinars, you know how to make money with that?
For myself, no, not at the moment.
Do you know how to use that same knowledge that you're acquiring every single day to help company fix their problems?
Absolutely.
Oh, you said it so confidently. Okay, then how would you fix any company's problem?
As someone who's going to be looking for a job in the cloud computing industry, depending upon the domain if I'm able to get a job into it, looking at the content that is usually written out in the job description, if I'm confident about whatever they're asking for, needless to say, if the company is looking for a candidate with a certain set of qualities, and if you feel like you not only have them, but you're pretty good at them, answering your question, this is how you would make the company money, right?
No,
Because you're going to be able to do your job efficiently.
no, that's not how you make company money.
So why would the company hire you in the first place then?
Because they need someone to fix their problems and make the money.
So I did say that I do have the skills to fix their problem.
No,
and I don't make them money.
but you okay, you have the skills, but so does all the other people that are applying to that job. You're not the only one applying to the job, right? Online?
Right. So this is where I suggest, I guess the option that you suggested of using the back route method comes into play.
Back route method's still not going to work because you don't even know whose problems you fixed, what the problems you fix, and how you solve those problems and make company money. So what benefit is it to read on your industry if you don't even know the problems and challenges in your own industry? Hence I said, knowledge is power, but what you do with the knowledge is goldmine. You're not doing anything with the knowledge you're inquiring. Because you can't even answer a simple question I asked you, well, what problems do you solve? You have not told me not even one problem that exists in your industry or one that you can solve. All you talk to, you have skills and skills and skills and skills, but that's not why people get hired.
Unfortunately, in IT, it's not a one-man industry. I'm sure you're aware of that. It's generally a team of hundreds of people.
Yeah.
So when you say that, how
it's always every industry. IT is not any unique industry. Every industry has tons of people in the industry. Thousands of people, 10,000 to 20 to millions of people in each industry, globally.
Okay, well,
the answer to your question is I'm not going to continue this conversation because you're not open to receiving the help because you don't want to do the work. It's very simple. Whose problems do you solve? What problems do you solve? And how you solve the problems. Hiring is a buying game. Hiring is buying.
Right.
Have you bought something? What's the most expensive thing you've bought?
Probably my house.
Okay, so how did you make that decision? You just went and bought the first one you saw?
Absolutely not.
I love when people say absolutely not, so confidently. Okay, let's continue. Now, how did you buy it?
Based on the budget requirements and looking at the different properties, the amount of work it would need, if it fits into my budget, if it's going into a bidding war, if it's something that I'm going to be able to afford in terms of the payments.
You didn't look at requirements of the house should have the one you want to live in?
Well, the houses that I looked at were the ones that already fit the requirements, right? In terms of number of bedrooms, garage, backyard.
Okay, I'm going to end the conversation right here because I can't help somebody that doesn't want to be helped. I asked you a simple question. How did you decide that decision? And when I asked you, well, didn't you look at requirements? And you said, well, obviously I looked at the requirements. Here, I'm going to end that conversation right here. I don't have time for ignorant people. So I'm going to end the segment right here. I have no problem. I have no time for ignorance. And this is a prime example, this individual, he needs the help, but he's also not willing to get the help. And when someone's asking them questions, they don't want to answer it. This is how so many people are feeling in the job search is they just want a magic solution to the problem. There is no magic solution to your problem. If the solution to your problem is to actually put in the work. If you're not willing to put in the work, if you don't know whose problems you solve, if you don't know how you make company money, why should a company hire you? Why should a company hire you just to give you experience? This is not charity, guys. Jobs are not charity. Companies not in charity work. Actually, I'm not going to take anyone hopping on the call with me. What I do want to do is go through the questions that I didn't get a chance to answer. I'm so sorry that I didn't get a chance to answer people's questions. So let me just quickly go through these. Which is better to work for a bank or credit union in terms of job stability considering long-term career prospect? Why does job stability matter? And why does job stability matter? And who do you want to work for? What's your dream company that you want to work for? What type of industry do you want to work for? That's my answer back to that. Interested to learn LinkedIn strategies? Jot, I have dropped my LinkedIn course. I will reply back to your comment with the proper link. So there is a hidden job market. Yes, there is. A dynamic HR manager with diverse background of working in multiple organizations. I have candid approach to, okay. I once received a Java full stack developer for a job posted for, okay, that's mere one example. I don't know what that means. Only if I plan to actually apply 60, I received 7 in the last. I received 7 last 60. Okay, love your explanation of networking. Okay, what are your thoughts on comments posted in lives being searchable on your LinkedIn activity history? Nothing. No one's gonna go looking for it. Employer's not gonna go looking for it unless they're looking for a job. Your employer's not gonna go scan your LinkedIn profile. But even if they do, so what? You have every right to ask whatever questions you want, as long as you are asking in a professional, respectful manner. Michael, does it show in the activity history? Yes. All your LinkedIn, this is a great question because I just gave advice to somebody today on this. Your LinkedIn activity is visible to everyone. Anyone can go onto your LinkedIn profile and see your entire LinkedIn activity, whose posts you've liked, whose post comments you've made. Everyone has it. That's why it's so important to be so careful on comments. Like, that's why I say, like, you don't want to engage in write comments that are inappropriate, rude, you're being mean to other people. So be very mindful of what comments you write and how you write them. How do you respond to a message from an employee that sends you the message, sorry, we are looking at other candidates that more align with your position? What? How do you respond to a message from an employee that sends you the message, sorry, we are looking at other, and why would an employee, I'm sorry, I'm Henry, I'm not following, so I don't know if you're still even on LinkedIn. Tips and tips on how we can add keywords in LinkedIn profile. Tons of ways to add keywords. Your headlines, in the about section, in your experience sections, tons of ways to add keywords. Thank you for coaching. It was very helpful. Thank you. I'm glad that has helped you. How do you make a profile SEO friendly, search engine optimized? You have to have keywords from your industry, your expertise, the things that people will look for if they're looking for you. Your LinkedIn profile has to also be, I have a course on this, take it. You will see results within 24 hours. You need to know who you're targeting. Your target audience needs to be able to search for you and find you. That's what search engine optimizes. Think of it like when you are searching on Google. When you go to Google and you browse and you search, how do you conduct searches? Is the exact way. The only thing is on looking for expertise, subject matter experts, people are going to use subject matter words to find those experts. Hope that helps. I believe my brain value is 75K a year. I don't personally know you, Henry, so I don't know if it's correct or not. Sometimes people undervalue themselves, including myself. I've been in their shoes a lot of times. Could you give the answer to what you were asking, please? Could you? I don't know what I was asking. I had so many questions. Sorry. How do you make the company money? Please, interested in your response. I can't give that answer because the answer is different for everybody. You need to ask yourself, how do you make company money? And if you don't know how you make the company money, that's where you need to start thinking now. How do you make companies money? And if you need help, guys, then I do coaching. I'm a career coach, a job search coach. I've been coaching people for years, 15 plus years on job searching, resumes, LinkedIn profiles. I also have a bootcamp program that has been helping people land jobs in 30 days, 60 days. I have a course on job search that's helped people land jobs in 6 weeks. So take it. My next batch for my bootcamp program is starting on August the 26th. Reserve your spot. Spots are filling up. Once I have 20 people, then the enrollment's gonna close. So get the help you need. You should use that as an opportunity to ask someone that works in the credit unions and banks to get a feel for how. No, this is wrong advice. You don't need to go asking people to tell you if you should work in the credit union or banks. You don't need anyone's opinion. You need to listen to you. What is it that you want? This is where people fail. So many people are so afraid to make their own decisions when it comes to their own careers because they're so afraid to want something. They want someone to give them 100% security. There's no such thing as job security. Haven't you learned something from the pandemic? There is no such thing as job security, but there is a such thing as building your career and setting yourself up for success so that you're never out of a job. Build yourself as a brand so that you're never out of a job and companies want you. You can create a demand for yourself. That's where the true power is. True power isn't to slave away for companies and be at a mercy at a company. That's where you guys are all failing. You guys are all mercy at a company instead of saying, well, I don't want to be a mercy at any company. I want to be in demand. I'm going to create my own demand. I'm going to create a system when people are going to come to me, opportunities are going to come to me. You're sitting on that system. It's called LinkedIn. And if you don't know how to do that, then let me help you. Let me help you set up your career for success. Let me help you make more money in your career. But I will not work with somebody like the caller Abhishek, where he wasn't willing to do the work and didn't want to answer my questions, and he knows all the answers. I can't work with people who are not willing to get the help they need, but they just want the magic solution like that. There's no magic solutions. You have to put in the work. The best thing you can ever do for yourself and your family is to set yourself up for success every single day. Set up your career for success every single day. That job opportunities, not just job opportunities, tons of opportunities can come your way. Speaking engagements, podcast guests. You can be a TED speaker. You can be featured in articles like Forbes, Wall Street Journal. I was featured on Wall Street Journal. You can land radio segments. You can create your own podcast. There's tons of opportunity. I've landed tons of opportunities to LinkedIn without ever searching for one, without ever chasing anybody. I didn't chase Wall Street Journal, they came to me. I didn't chase a radio segment, it came to me. I didn't chase for the award for RBC, people nominated me. Another award I was nominated, I didn't chase it. I got invited to speak at a global summit for diversity and inclusion, came to me. You gotta you can create that. It just makes me just so mind-boggling that how many people stay in the victim game and like, I'm the victim and it's the company's problem, instead of sitting there and thinking strategically, how do I set myself up for success 24/7 all year round, that opportunities are coming to me. You're sitting on the most powerful platform called LinkedIn, but yet you're not tapping into its power. Build yourself as a brand. There's a difference between Gucci and H&M. Which one do you want to be? Do you want to be Gucci or do you want to be H&M? The choice is yours. The choice is yours to make. On that note, I'm going to end this segment. I drop my mic. Drop mic is build yourself as a brand. Start making tons of money. You can make, every single person here can make more money than they're making now if you truly want to. But if you're just going to keep being, oh, I'm a job seeker, company needs to hire me, then good luck with that. But if you want to turn things around for yourself, if you want to turn things around for yourself and you want to be in the driver's seat of your career and you're tired of slaving away for companies, you're tired of searching for jobs and you're always in this limbo, then approach me and I will be happy to take you on as my coach and coach you. I will coach you and I'll get you results, but you have to be open and willing to receive the help and do the work. Okay? Oh, Dina. GKM said it right, guys. It's the fear of wanting that ideal job that might be stopping progress. Like me last year, you might really need a job that aligns with your skills right now. But if you don't do background homework and the companies and potential hiring managers out there, prepare yourself and be sure of what you want to say, to sell yourself to them in a confident, genuine manner. Then the process might be much longer than 2 to 3 months of being on the bench. Okay, so Dina took my course and she landed a job in 6 weeks, 6 weeks, compared to, I think she was struggling almost a whole year, or more than 6 months she was struggling. And then she finally enrolled into, she couldn't afford the bootcamp program. So then I created a course on job search, taking the teachings, recordings of the bootcamp classes and put them in a course. So it's do it yourself. So it's cheaper. The price point's cheaper. She landed a job in 6 weeks. Other people have taken the course, have landed jobs in 6 weeks. People that have taken my bootcamp program landed jobs in 30 days. An individual in 30 days went from $38,000 salary job to $75K salary job, taking people from 40K and got them into 100K jobs. I'm not bullshitting. You can sit there and say, oh, this girl is talking a bunch of crap. She's a bunch of bullshitter. Doesn't matter to me. You can call me whatever you want. But those people that have hired me as their coach in their career are getting the results and are in jobs that are paying them money that they should be making, and they are in companies that they love working for. Life's too short to be slaving away for companies that treat you like shit. You're not, life's too short to be in a role that you are not fulfilled. But again, the choice always comes down to you. You can continue to blame everybody you want, but it's not going to fix your problem. You're still going to have the same problem. But again, the choice is yours. If you're not willing to do the work, you will not get the results you want. That is your choice. Feel free to reach out to me, and I'm going to end the segment. Another thing, I suffer from massive imposter syndrome. If you do too, stop it. No one is better than you, kind human. I am off. Okay, so I'm off, guys. I hope this segment has helped you. It's gone way over than I actually initially planned to. I was just gonna do kind of like a quick, but I am passionate with what I do, and I have no problem also putting people in their places. Nobody needs to like me. I'm not here to be liked by people. You can either like me, you can hate me. That is your choice. I see it as it is, and I am committed to getting people results if only you are willing to receive it. I've turned down potential clients because they weren't willing to receive the help. Not everyone should be helping you. Just like how I ended the call with that individual, I spent how much of my time and he was still not getting it, but you got to draw the line, right? Set boundaries for yourself. So on that note, please have a good evening. Enjoy your weekend. If you are struggling and you are ready to make that change in your career, you want to be in a role that fulfills you, you want to be in your dream role, and you want to make more money, and you don't know how, but you are ready to do the work to know how to do it and set yourself up for success in your career for life, then I would love to work with you. If you think I'm worthy of your time and being your coach, then message me. And we will set up a call to see if I can help you. And if our energy aligns, then I will take you on as a client. But if our energy does not align, and I will be honest and tell you I can't work with you. I'm not about the money. Sure, I love making money, but I don't work with people. I don't take people on as my clients just because I want to make money. I only work with those that I know I can help. And I'm not afraid to say I can help you. So on that note, I will end this segment. Please have a great weekend. See you guys. Bye.